Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing the 500-mile break-in oil change on Dad's 70 Camaro SS. It has the BluePrint 396. It's the small block. So I think he's got 500 something on it now. So we got to get the break-in oil out. We're just going to put BluePrint's regular, I believe it's 1030. Well, I got to find it. I'll show you what I use, but I got BluePrint's oil, and I've got I think a Wix oil filter, which is what one of the people at BluePrint recommended, was a Wix filter. So that's what I went with. So I got to get this thing on the lift. We're also going to do some checks, make sure all the bolts and everything look like they're all staying tight, make sure nothing's moving on us, and just kind of a safety check. So going up. Gonna run around, make sure all my lift points are lifting the way they should be. Make sure it looks like we're even on the hoist. Might be a little far ahead, actually. I think we'll be okay. We'll make sure the car looks even. Yep, looks nice and even there. It's a little low, but we're going to start dropping this oil down. Alrighty guys, we're under the car here, getting ready to drop the oil out of the pan. I'm going to let Dad decide if he wants to like grease everything. It's only, I think this has got 600, I think it said 600 some miles on it. So it's got a little more than 500, but I'm going to drain the oil out while it's warm. Oil is nice and warm, so that's going to come flowing out real good, I think. Might be a little on the gassy side, but yeah, also we're going to do a quick check under here. I mean, just looking at everything, everything looks good to me. I don't really see anything that's looking like it's loosening up. Exhaust looks excellent. This drain plug don't have a magnetic on it, so I can't really check that. It is an odd size. Okay, so now we're going to go after the filter here. If I can get it off by hand. There we go. Alrighty, that's it. Let this stuff drip a little bit, and I'll go show you what we got to replace all this stuff. Okay, so I found the oil and the filter, going with this Wix racing filter, because it's a race car, that's why. And then I went with BluePrint. I went with their oil for their crate engine, so there's no saying that a different oil was used that they didn't like for the warranty on that engine. That's otherwise once the warranty's off on the engine, I'll run whatever, I guess. But you cannot run synthetic in these engines for quite a while. I don't know what they said, 15,000 miles or something. They want regular conventional oil in there. So went with their oil because basically because it's under warranty yet. So I don't want to mess that up. So I'm going to use their stuff. Alrighty, we're going to put the oil drain deal back in. That thing seems really cheap. Not gonna go too crazy on that. Got my my racing oil filter for this race car. I already cleaned up there. I cleaned up the surface for the gasket. Made sure the other gasket did come off. Now we're just going to screw this back up into place. Get her nice and tight up in there, and that's it. Pretty much it for under here. Like I said, I'm gonna let Dad run through and check everything he wants to check. Check all the bolts. I'll probably put some eyes on some bolts myself. Okay, so we got everything checked over underneath here. And it all looks pretty good. So we'll drop her down. Okay, so we're going to get this BluePrint 396 filled up with some 1030 BluePrint motor oil. I got 6 quarts. I don't think it needs 6 quarts, but I wanted to have more than I needed than not enough. This motor oil is like tinted blue. But anyway, I don't think you need to watch me put 5 quarts in. I'll get her filled up and I'll be back. Okay, so I got almost 5 quarts in there. The dipstick is telling me we're a little over full. So I'm going to fire it up, pressurize the system, fill up the oil filter with oil, and we'll check her. Should be real close to being where it needs to be. Alrighty, we'll get a reading here on the smelling some burning oil. I might have dripped some on there when I was checking the oil. That ain't good. You don't want to drip on them ceramic coated headers. Okay, I think we need a little more here. Funny look on that dipstick there. A little bit more. There's a little bit of a whiteness on that oil, and I gotta wonder if that ain't like assembly lube. When they're since this is the first oil change, a little bit of assembly lube still in the oil. I think 5 quarts is going to do it. That's 5 quarts. Almost exact. And I believe that's it, guys. That's oil is changed. Oh yeah, I want to go through. I got to tighten up them valve covers. Looks like there might be a little bit of leakage in the back there from the valve covers. I've been struggling with getting them valve covers sealed. I'm not sure why, but